Hi, did you ever hear this quote that says, if you take care of the big things, actually, it says, if you take care of the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. I think the idea behind this quote is that many things are composite and you can break down bigger goals into smaller items. I know we all have big goals, we want to achieve big things. What trips many people, myself inclusive, is that sometimes we're fixated on the big things and we fail to pay much attention to the smaller things. However, we probably don't need to stress ourselves so much with the bigger things if we just took care of the smaller things, because they, when added up, especially over time, will finally make up the big thing that we're pursuing. And I know I'm saying big thing, small thing, talking kind of generically. Let's give an example. A student who wants to get a medical degree doesn't keep his mind on medical degree as how do I write my final exam to become a doctor. He probably can't fathom how to do that. He can't pass, he doesn't know anything. But what he does is that he first starts with the smaller parts, the medicine 101, I don't know the name of the courses, but the simple parts that talk about the parts of the body, the anatomy of the body, etc. Those are the simpler ones, the smaller ones. What the student or potential doctor needs to do is to make sure he gets those small ones right. If he got all those small ones right, as he keeps progressing, they keep getting bigger, but they're still bite-sized. And if he successfully did all of that, he'll eventually become a doctor. And that big dream of being a medical doctor, maybe the first in your family or things like that, will eventually be achieved by focusing on the smaller ones. That's a lot different, and in actual fact, the only practical way than starting out the first day in medical school and you want to pass your qualifying exam to be a doctor. That is quite ridiculous because you've not gone through all the smaller steps. And while that's pretty much a straightforward illustration, I think the wisdom is, how does it apply to your life? Are you focused on the big goal, getting $100,000 in the bank, or I don't know, getting $500,000 in the bank, whatever your goal is, and you are neglecting the smaller goals, the smaller things, which could include spending $50 a week on takeouts, because they compound. The more $50 you spend, if you spend $50 20 weeks in a year, that is what? $1,000, and it's already 1% of your goal, your 100,000 goal, if 100,000 was your goal. I think enough said, and that's the main thing about this video. The Bible says, take care of the small foxes that spoil the vine, the little foxes. So I think that's my encouragement today. Pay attention to those smaller parts of your life, smaller things, daily things, how you lay your bed, how you respond first thing in the morning, the little exercise you do, the decision to take the stairs and the lift. These are kind of cliche things, they're very common. The question is, are we actually practicing them? Because, I read something recently that said many of us don't realize that we are living in a lag. And that lag, what it means is that the actions of today don't show up today. The results of the actions of today don't show up today or tomorrow. They show up in the next 3 months, 6 months. So you do something today, but you're only seeing the results in 3 months. And that's what trips many people up. Because they did something today and they were able to get away with it, there was no significant change, or whether good or bad. For the good, it's like, oh wow, I don't see any change, I should stop. And for the bad, well, I don't see any harm, I should continue, I can do one more. It's so funny how the human mind is, isn't it? And how the human condition is in general. If it was something bad, you'd be like, oh well, there's no danger, let me do one more, I can continue. But if it was something good, you're like, well, wait, what's the profit? Let me stop. Anyway, so there's this lag, and many times people fail to realize that they are living in a lag. So the wisdom there is to realize, okay, my actions of today, I should be expecting the results in 3 months, in 6 months. So What am I doing today that will help me 3 months down the line? Who do I want to be in 3 months? I should start being that person today. So in 3 months, I can see that. I'm sure my gym equipment is looking me in the eye and saying, are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to yourself? But yeah, advice taken, I think this message for today, number one, take care of the small things and realize that you're living in a lab in that sense. Thank you for watching.